The story I'm about to tell I'm not gonna say it did bad at the last show, but like, I feel like it could do better now. So what I'm gonna ask of you as I say it is just be better than them. And even if in your heart you're like, I hate what he's saying, laugh where the sounds right to do that. Does that make sense? Yeah. I'm believing in you. A room full of people I've never met. I put my trust in you so that I can one day show something that I can be proud of to my cats. So we'll try it. And if you guys are bad, we'll have to keep telling it over and over again until I'm satisfied. And we'll lock the doors, I swear to fucking God. We will not let a single one of you out of here until I get what I want from this story. It's a lot of pressure on you, but I think you can do it. Miami is like big in the porn industry. That's where all your porn comes from. All right, you failed the first. That's not a place to laugh. Oh, we got people are falling over the. All right, so far you guys have fucked everything. All right, you dropped your computer. You got it. All right. Old Miami of Ohio can't handle the porn industry. The porn industry was always kind of around the campus. Whether, you know, like, they were always kind of like recruit my friends. Like, I had a friend, Dave, we'll talk about Dave later. I had another friend who, like, he auditioned for Bang Bus. I saw the bus, the Bang Bus. And I hate to pull the curtain back, but it's a van. It's a Bang van, but they couldn't call it Bang Van because that's a crime. Yeah. I knew a girl who was in porn. A guy down the hall was in an episode of porn, but like the worst one that happened was this. My friend Dave. He lived 3 flights up, and he got picked up on campus. He was walking through campus. He got picked up by another van, right? Another porn van. He was driving through campus, and this van was for a site called Fuck Team 5, right? There's a whole plot. We're doing better. The whole plot of Fuck Team 5 is it's a van full of women, and they drive around, and then they get you, and they fuck you, right? That's the whole plot. It's a plot that only works with a van full of women, right? If this was a van full of men, people would be hunting Fuck Team 5. Like FBI watch list, Fuck Team 5. There they are, all 5. Let's get them. So this van full of women pulls up. There's 3 women in the van. You'd think there'd be more. And they see my buddy Dave, and they're like, "Hey, Dave, get in here. We're gonna fuck you." You know? And Dave was like, "Oh, great. Things are looking up for Dave." He was just on his way to like Panera Bread. And now he's gonna sleep with these women. So he gets in the van, and they go to this hotel, and they have Dave fill out a bunch of paperwork, which is how all great life experiences begin. Paperwork. You know? And what Dave doesn't realize is Fuck Team 5 has an ulterior motive, right? And every episode of Fuck Team 5, they have a story arc. And the story arc of this one is the women are gonna pick up a guy who comes way too fast, right? And then the women are going to get very disappointed, and then they get mad, and just when hope is lost, a hero comes in and fucks the women better. That's the plot. But they don't tell Dave that. They're like, "Dave, you're great." Yeah. They literally saw my friend Dave. They're like, "This guy's going to come so fast." Yeah. They're like, "Dave, get in the van, we're gonna have sex with you." And Dave was like, "Great." He got in the van, you know, forgetting everything we've all learned since the beginning of time. Don't get in vans, they're gonna have sex with you. He's like, "Yeah." I'm assuming it's the first band that's ever solicited Dave for sex, and he's just, I'm in. Yeah, sure, no questions. I'll sign whatever you want. I want to reiterate, strangers and bands never have your best interest at heart. Just know that, right? So Dave goes back to the hotel. This whole horrible plot that I've laid out for you occurred. And then Dave was very embarrassed. He was very sad. It was a horrible thing. He didn't want anybody to see it, right? I do know this is an album. But I think it's worth it. So Dave doesn't tell anybody that this happens, right? And then, a couple months go by, and then I stumble upon this porn by mistake, right? Yeah. Like, I think I'm just looking at like a regular porn, right? But then there he is, and it was like a weird thing, because it's weird to have your dick out and then be like, wait, is that Dave? What's Dave doing here? Worst cameo. I bet that guy's violin recital. So I had to know if it was Dave. So I emailed Dave. Well, I put my dick away, and then I emailed Dave. I was like, Dave, is this you? And Dave was super bummed out that I found this. And he should be. Because it's a pretty damning video, right? It's a 45-second trailer of a porn that you have to pay for, right? And it begins with Dave getting picked up in a van, right? And almost immediately, it's Dave coming way too fast. And then it's these women yelling at Dave, saying horrible, mean things to Dave. Like, I should spit in your face! You make me sick, Dave! They use his real name. You suck, Dave! They yell at him for like 30 seconds. Like, for so long that I begin to wonder, do they think I'm jacking off because I hate Dave? Why is this happening? And you can tell Dave's wondering the same thing. On his face, he's like, why is this happening to me? And then the hero walks in, and he starts having sex with all the women. And they don't show Dave anymore. But you can imagine he's just kind of in the back, grabbing his things. I like to think he stopped by like the craft service table and like got a sandwich, and then a PA was like, no! Not you, Dave! Get out! Yeah. So Dave was like, please, please, please don't share this with anyone. And I was like, sure thing. And then I had to email the 20 friends I already sent it to. Like, hey, don't tell Dave. No. And they're like, oh, we're telling Dave. And we told Dave, and we're making fun of Dave right now. And now Dave is 34 with a huge purple mohawk. So, I don't know. I don't know if they're related, but you don't grow one of those if your life is great. It's what animals do when they're threatened. Just, everything's fine. I'm fine.